This is the second video in the cell phone case design project. In the previous video, we went over how to set the OnShape up to millimeters and finding our dimensions and measurements. Please do not start this project until you have found your dimensions and measurements you needed to create your cell phone. Once that's done, I'm going to click on my top and start my sketch. Now, like we can see, I've already have my dimensions here that on my length and width are set. So I'm going to start building it from there. So all I'm going to do is grab my rectangle tool, and for the iPhone X I need a width of 70.94 and a length of 143.57. Again, these are millimeters. I have already changed OnShape in the previous video to work in millimeters instead of inches. I'm going to come up here to my fillet tool. I'm going to select my corner, and the radius I want for this corner is going to be 6.86 millimeters. I'm going to choose this corner, and again, I'm going to choose that radius of 6.86. Depending on the model of cell phone that you've chosen, all of these will be different. You have to measure that radius of that corner in order to have that. So what we're going to see here is now I have the base of my phone built. So now I can come to my extrude button, and the extrusion on the iPhone X is 7.7 millimeters. So as I take a look out, I now have the general shape of the phone itself. Before I go into building the case for this, I need to add all my different features, meaning all my different buttons to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the left side of this, and I'm going to lay a sketch down on that actual face. Now for ease on this one, we could use the slot tool. So we could position lines and then do a radius for our slots for our case. You could go around and use the center point rectangular tool if you wanted to have rectangular openings. So those are really your best options for building this. I will show a little bit of both. So this first one I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my line tool. And I know the line for my ring switch is 5.72. Now, a couple things that need to be done. I need to dimension this. The halfway point of this for the center thickness, so I'm going to go from the center or from that line to the bottom, is 3.85 for the iPhone X. I also know, looking at my diagram, that this line starts 19.28 inches down. So what I can do is come over to here to my slot tool, and I can choose that line itself. Now they gave me a default of an opening of 20 millimeters. Obviously that is way too large. If I look at this, the radius of this is going to be 2.75 millimeters. Now that is the exact size of the button itself. So again, for your opening of this, we might want to make it larger later on. So you could do the same thing using the slot tool for all of your buttons going down. But let's say I wanted to do a square opening, like a larger opening that would fit multiple buttons.